Thanks, John.
Okay, real quick, Jackie Addict. So when you guys are sharing, I'm going to put this in front of y'all. If anyone out here wants to share, if you could come up here, or I can hand you this. This needs to be, really close to whoever is sharing, just, for the audio recording purposes. They're doing that. So anyway, so now that that's done. Okay, so the next thing is, it says, I provide a brief personal share. So really quickly, without getting into too much detail, my name is Jackie. My clean date's 8/17/18. Thank you. I got clean, going to jail. My last arrest was my last arrest. I was done. So that's what, I had been in institutions, jail a few times, but that last time in jail, that was it for me, because death probably would have been next. So I'm grateful to be here. I have 2 kids. My 22-year-old's in and out of active addiction. That's something I struggle with, and thank goodness this program kind of helps me cope and gets me through that, from one day to the next. Anyway, so, I don't really have a whole lot of personal stuff to share without getting into a whole long story. And that's, if you want to know that, you can ask me after the meeting. We have 2 speakers today, and our first one is going to be Terry B. right here. So she's going to go ahead and share with us.
All right. Okay, I'm Terry. I'm an addict.
Hi, Terry.
Okay, so I have not even thought about this, which is good, because most of the time if I start planning stuff, it just never has worked out. It's the worst. So basically I just pray and tell what I need to say. So when they asked me to talk about a spiritual journey, I thought, it's been one. It really has. My entire recovery has been a spiritual journey, I think, because there's a lot about the steps that takes me there, right? So I always end up coming back to the steps, because that's really how I learn. That's how I learn to recover. And with my first step, being powerless, when I walked in, when I came into, my clean date, which I don't normally give that away, but it's 3/16/82.
All right.
It's almost embarrassing, and I know that sounds bad, but sometimes I think, wow, I should be fucking on a mountain somewhere talking to, but trust me, I am so not on a mountain. And not a guru, and don't know all the answers, and make mistakes a lot. It has been a journey. And when I got here, and I got here from jail, that's what I came in. I was like, they said, you can do another 5 years.
Wow.
Or you can, we'll let you go into treatment. And I'm like, yeah, that whole treatment thing sounds pretty good, jail wasn't that bad. I was a trustee after 3 weeks. I was like, all right, we good. I'm eating. I gained weight. Shit. I could do incarceration. It wasn't that difficult. Didn't like all the other shit, but it was all right. So when I got here, I remember I took kind of the steps, and I thought, okay, the ones with God in them, we'll just do that. We'll just get away from those, because I'm not going to even think about those. And then, of course, I get to one, I'm like, okay, I'm powerless over my addiction, and they kept going to 2, and I'm like, well, and then somebody told me, well, 2 has God. That doesn't say you got to believe in a God for that. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll do that one then. So then I started believing in the group, right? Because then I knew the group would get me, I knew I was clean, and I'd never been clean before, and I knew that there was something there that I wanted, because when I walked in, I came in February of 1981 into treatment. And the people that were at the conference writing the book were part of the people that were in treatment with me. And they came back the day that I came into treatment. They came back from the conference, and they were like glowing with Narcotics Anonymous. And I thought, what the fuck, man? These people have hit gold somewhere, because they're as high as I ever was, you know? I mean, they were just like tripping on this stuff, and I'm like, wow, you know, none of them had any time. Okay, they were like in treatment with me, you know. Some of them had almost maybe a few months, and I thought, well, you know, maybe this is something, you know. And so believing in that to me wasn't hard, because I could see it. I saw the way that Narcotics Anonymous brought these people to life. And you know, and I was like, okay, you know, I can believe that I could stay clean if I keep going to meetings. Well, I figured go to meetings every day, right? Hang out with people afterwards, you know, and basically not do nothing but NA, right? Maybe a job, maybe if I could find one, you know, but coming to believe in the second step was, okay, I could do that. I figured out how to do that, like early in recovery. Now I do it completely differently. But then the third step, and I just had to find something. And I thought, you know, I didn't grow up, I didn't come in with a bunch of misconceptions, right? So I didn't go to church. My parents never took us to church. I didn't, you know, go seek anything on my own except dope. So, you know, I didn't have anything that I had to disbelieve, right? I didn't believe in anything. I believed in me, and I believed in dope. I knew it would do what I needed it to do. I didn't know if I would, but, you know. And so I started, you know, I got everything that everybody believed in, right? You know, God is love, God is butterflies, God is, you know, the trees, and, you know, all that bullshit. Well, and if it's your God, it's not bullshit. It's good. You know, I don't have, everybody should be able to believe whatever in the hell they want to believe. Exactly. You want to believe that chair is keeping you clean? Love the chair. The chair works. I don't care. So I kept going, and what I found was that I got 4 and 5, and I've talked about this before. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 a number of times. I probably had 6 years clean before I decided to go to 6, because 6 was when I had to let go and let something change me, right? I mean, that's the make or break, you know? That if it fails, you failed. You're not successful at recovery. That was like the real step to be. So I kept like avoiding it. I was like, yeah, no, not gonna do that one. I'll just keep changing sponsors. Ooh. It's a great solution. They all go, oh, we're gonna start at 1 again, and I'm like, oh, okay, we'll start at 1 again.
They might have missed that.
I know, right? And you know, one thing is we didn't have, you know, a million questions either, because there was no step writing guide. Right. You know, we had a basic text.
Period.
That's it. And actually, we didn't have a basic text. We had a big gray thing is what I got clean on. We were flipping those pages and reading every fucking word of that thing, because it was fucking amazing. Because I'd never seen it before. Never seen those words. Never, you know, it was amazing. And I don't know if I'd be here if it wasn't for that. I really don't. I don't know if I'd be here 39 years later.
Ooh.
I don't. Because it was without that, I mean, there was hope. There was so much hope. But what I did with the 6th step actually gave me the most, and I think as part of my spiritual journey, it's probably the biggest thing that ever made me believe, was I sat down and I wrote those defects down, because I found myself in my floor crying, hugging myself, because I hated who I was. I did not like anything about me. I didn't like much about you either. I wasn't quite homicidal, And I wasn't suicidal. I'm not. I'd rather just lay there and cry. But I was so unhappy with me and who I was and what I was doing. It was like I would do shit and I'd be thinking, fuck, that's fucked up. I shouldn't do that. I got 6 years clean, you know? I'm like, I'm supposed to be knowing some shit, you know? Or I think I'm supposed to be knowing some shit, you know? We all think, well, I got 3 years and I know everything, you know, whatever. I got 39 years. I don't know everything. Let's just get that clear. When I do, I'll let you know. But, you know, what I did was I wrote down my assets on one, it was a piece of paper, and I wrote down my assets on one side, and I wrote down my defects on the other side. And then I put a line on where I was when I came in, right? Like if I was like 90% dishonest and 10% honest, I put the line there. And then I looked at how I was today, how I was that day that I was taking that inventory, and I was already like 50-50. I wasn't quite any better than that, but these things were already being removed. They were. It was already fucking happening, whether I was accepting it or not. I was getting better. I was a better person than I was when I walked in. And for some reason, I didn't know that. I didn't accept that. I didn't see that. I kept thinking I was so fucked up. And that was probably the most hope and the strongest thing I had to believe in this program to begin with. And it helped me move forward. It helped me, and it's about moving forward in this program, because if I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like over and over again, truth is, if I don't go forward in this program and I don't work these steps, I'm going to have to live with me. And me without steps, nobody wants to do that. Trust me. My ex-husband will tell you so.
Ex-husband.
Both of them.
Okay.
So,
My girl.
you know, and the 7th step for me, and this is just, you know, I've come to understandings of these steps that work in my life. I don't dare tell you how to do yours, because I don't know what's going to work for you. But whenever I find myself falling short, that to me is a shortcoming. It's usually a defect, and I'm falling short of being the person that I can be. And you know, I don't remove those because I've tried. Trust me. Trust me, I've tried. Not my job. Not my job. Not my circus. Not my monkeys. My job is to be aware of it and say, okay. And usually it's that whole process, right? It's a process. All of a sudden, I've just done it, right? And I go, fuck, I just did it again, right? Mm-hmm. And then the next time, like while I'm doing it, I got that choice. I'll notice it. I'll be like, it's happening. I'm doing it. And then it's like, okay, not going to do it. I'm not going to, you know, or fuck it, I'm going to do it. I mean, I'm not going to tell you I'm perfect, because that's not happening.
Right.
Again, ask the ex-husbands. So they'll tell you how not perfect I am. So,
you cool with me.
It's all right. And then, you know, the next step of that is right before it happens, right before I act out on it, I know it's there. And that's, you know, that's when it's like, okay, you know what, God, you're making me aware. And now, you know, I got, it's all free will, right? I can decide to do it anyway. I can know I'm getting ready to do it, and I can do it. Mm-hmm. But that's where I have to ask my higher power and say, like, okay, you know, I need help. I can't do this by myself. You know, I don't keep myself clean. I say thank you when my fucking head hits a pillow, because I didn't put myself here. You know, I didn't. It was not in my power to do that. I'd be dead, frankly. I know there's too many guns involved. That I wouldn't be alive. And so, you know, oh, there's my cat. Yeah, you didn't. But so, you know, that for me was another big part of my spiritual journey, is just because working these steps and seeing these things and what is it? We have a little faith, and then things work out, and we get some trust. You know, and my life has become so much better because of that. Being able to say, you know what, I don't have to know everything. Everything does not have to be in my control. But I will say that probably my biggest leap, and I'm just going to brush over 8 and 9 because those motherfuckers. I still don't. I mean, there's some people, I've never heard anybody go, oh, you know, step 8's my favorite fucking step. You know, I just haven't. And it may be everybody's, I don't know. But for me, it was kind of painful. And I purposely do not do shit wrong that I want to do wrong just because I don't want to fucking make amends. And I don't know if that's the right, you know, I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's the truth. 10 just keeps me sane and keeps me from killing people. 11, I think, was probably the most important step on my spiritual journey. Because when I hit 11, my mind is one of those 45,000 miles an hour going fucking crazy all the time. You know, just nuts. And I thought, I can't meditate. There is no way I'm ever going to be able to do that. And I think I had, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9 years clean, maybe 10. And I know it's very slow. Okay. I took my time. I had shit to do. I had what I wanted when I wanted it to do, and I did that. So, and I still do that sometimes. I can't say that I've not quit doing that all the time. But one thing about it was, and it saw it through prayer and meditation, and you know, and I want a stronger power. I want a stronger belief. And at that point, I knew that the stronger my belief, the better a person I could be because I could allow that to happen. It has nothing to do with it not being strong enough to do it. It has to do with me allowing it to happen to me and letting go. Just being able to let go and let that happen. But I started meditating, and I kind of, I did a number of things. I'm going to tell you right now. I did the whole sitting on the floor with the candles and, you know, and I thought, fuck this. It wasn't for me, okay? It just wasn't. And I know a lot of people have a lot of different ways of meditating, and it just was like, the guided meditation, I'd be like, asleep. So that didn't work either. I couldn't focus on it, and I don't know, you know, I don't even care. I just couldn't. You know, I was like, I'm on a beach, and that's cool, and that kind of relaxed me, but I wasn't clearing anything. And so I had to find something, and this may sound crazy, but I had to find something I could do like at work and shit. I mean, that I really was going to fucking make me be able to function in society, because I wasn't good at that. I just, you know, I'm an IT person, so I don't have to a lot, because I build servers, and you know, I'm that guy or girl, whatever I am. I am a girl, I promise. These are tits.
I believe you. I be looking.
So anyway, really. So I started trying to meditate, and I started trying to learn how to just stop it. And I read a bunch some books and stuff. I didn't, you know. But what I found was that I found a word, and I just repeated the word and repeated it over and over again. And sometimes I was sitting in the stall in the bathroom at work, and I would stop all that shit from coming in for maybe a second or 2 seconds, just a little bit of time. And I found something that I didn't know I needed. And what I found through doing that was I found a sense of direction. I found that I was on the right path. I felt like I was on the right path. I had knowledge that I was on the right path. And I never expected to get that. I didn't know I needed it, much less expected to get it. But that's what I found. And I traveled for 20 years all across the United States as a consultant doing work, which was awesome because I was a runner, man. I was a fucking runner. And now you're going to pay me to go? I'm like, odd. This is great. So, no matter where I was able to do that. I was able to meditate. And so I went to this place and I went to a meeting in Ohio. I don't even remember what city it was in, but I know the people. I love Ohio. So I went to a meeting, and the meeting was really good. But what it was a meditation meeting, and I'd never been to one where at the beginning of the meeting we opened with the Serenity Prayer, and then you went and sat for 20 minutes. Everybody went kind of to different corners and sat down, and just there was silence, and you could do whatever type of meditation you wanted to. And I got my meditation at that point, going to that meeting for like 3 months, up to about 15 minutes where I was completely silent in my head. And that's amazing to me because I can't even just imagining that, was not even possible. So, that's my spiritual journey has been it's not bad. I mean, I don't believe in any kind of dogma or any kind of really Christian God, and that's fine. I don't have any qualms with anybody that wants to believe in that. That's cool. I just, for me, it's more the universe and the power of a lot of different things that bring it together. Maybe it's the force. I don't know. May the force be with me. What I know is the power that I know, the power that I feel, and that is what keeps me clean. And it doesn't matter, like I said, if it's the chair that keeps you clean, I'm good with that. When I came in, they used to say, well, you can pray to this doorknob. And I'm thinking, okay. But hey, who am I? I can't make a doorknob right now. So I guess I could if I was in manufacturing. But, I can't. So I can't say what will or will not keep people clean. That's not my job. And, what I found also, I guess, is that guiding people through a spiritual journey has nothing to do with me. It has to do with their journey. And that's what I believe in recovery, is everybody has their own path. And it's not up to me to determine what that path is. And trust me, when I was first sponsoring people, yeah, like I took one bitch, I was like, oh, hell no. We going to get a divorce. That motherfucker, he ain't right.
Oh, she did.
I took her ass downtown. I got her a fucking lawyer. I said, this has got to stop.
Miss T.
I was like, hell no.
Yeah,
well, of course that undid itself. Like I've said before, everything that I do that's in my control, and I've done it, undoes itself. It just unravels. So, anyway, so that's been my spiritual journey. And, I've learned a lot from everybody I've sponsored. Yeah. Everybody I've sponsored's either taught me to let go. That's usually it's usually, oh, okay, I need to let go. Or they've taught me how to believe more, because I watched them grow and blossom and become those people that I never saw them being, and they never saw them being. But they're those people, and there's such love there that I'm amazed by this program all the time, because it's miracles. That's all it is just miracles. And it's funny when somebody says that, oh, you're a miracle, and I'm like, oh, fuck, okay, I'm a miracle. I know, I'm very cynical about a lot of things, but the funny thing is that I believe all of it. I do. It's just my head goes right. So That's really all I got, and I'm really grateful to. No, Homer, I'm gonna leave you lots of time. You go for it. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm Jackie, and I'm still an addict.
Hi, Jackie.
I forgot to read this a while ago. So, 11th tradition states that this, regarding the press, our public relations policy is based on attraction rather than promotion. We need always maintain personal anonymity at the level of press, radio, and films. The primary purpose of our public relations effort is to tell the story of Narcotics Anonymous and what our program offers to a still suffering addict. Members of the press are often attracted to our convention, and we welcome their interest. However, we do not disclose our last names in the media as identifiable members of Narcotics Anonymous. If any member of the press approaches you, please direct them to a committee member or a committee chair. And in here, if any members of the media are present, we ask you to contact a member of the program committee or visit the registration table. This up here, what I said, needs to be by whoever's speaking. It's strictly audio. There's no faces, like no one's face is being recorded, so no one can see you. It's just strictly audio. Okay, so I just wanted to say that because I didn't read it. Now, our next speaker is going to be Homer K.
All right. I really would freak y'all out if I just sat here with him. Ain't gonna happen. All right. But anyway, hello, family. My name is Homer K, and I'm an addict.
Homer.
Top of the morning. Family, is it all right if I share? Is it okay if I share? All right.
Please do.
All right. What I'm trying to do is get us all on one accord to participate in our recovery, right? So once again, family, my name is Homer K, and I'm an addict. And I'm going to do what I do. I say I'm an addict because I don't care who know it, as long as I don't forget it. See, I've learned in this process, if you forget your past, you're doomed to repeat it. Same man or woman will use again. So what do we have to do around here, family? We have to change something, don't it? And that's everything. And it's a process. My clean date is the year 2000, August 9th. That's 21 years. I don't say that as a brag or a boast. Trust me and believe me, in this journey that I've been on 21 years, it's been an experience. But the most important day of my life is just for today. Because that's all we all have, from the newest to the oldest member, is a daily reprieve. See, if I don't continue to do what I'm supposed to do, because my recovery must come first, because if it don't come first, everything I love will come last. I'm talking about me. Yeah, so anyway, I see a lot of faces, a lot of faces and stuff. I got some members that I recover around on a regular basis, and it's good to see the support. And that's what we want. We want support from the people that we care about and those that care about us. Today, my topic is spiritual journey. But before I do that, I have a ritual that I do because I would like to, first of all, I want to thank VRC 39 for putting together a wonderful convention and event. Let's get all the people in service a hand. Yes, great job. Okay. Now, I want to welcome, and this is what I do. For those that are around me, they already know. I want to welcome the newest members to the greatest show on earth, Narcotics Anonymous. If you are here back from a relapse, welcome back. There's no shame in coming back in here. It's a shame to stay out there. Now, either you're going to be a part of this or you're going to be a part of that. But you got to make a decision. So anyway, welcome back. Welcome home. If you're struggling with anything, the program begins with surrender. And what we learn to do around here is surrender quietly. We probably don't have a third step yet, but you can see the steps work in your life long before you ever start to write on them. That's only if you're in the literature. I heard something. See, in my journey, what I had to do, because the literature taught me that I didn't come in here brim with love, honesty, and open-mindedness, right? I didn't even really have a working relationship with a higher power. You heard a word that my lady friend shared, and a lot of it, if you're not in the literature, you probably won't even know what she was talking about. She used a word called dogma. That's the belief of someone else's. See, my parents gave me a belief system. Obviously, it didn't work. It wasn't until I became a member of Narcotics Anonymous and they told me to find a God of my understanding. But with this God of my understanding, I had to work in cooperation with it, or nothing I did would work. So I had to learn how to cooperate. And it tells us in the literature that we have to be honest about our belief. Thank God for Narcotics Anonymous. It's a beautiful program because guess what? It says there's room for many manifestations for the recovering person. What are we talking about? I'm talking about, in here you could be an atheist or an agnostic and still recover. Ain't that wonderful? Well, all right. But anyway, I'm going to get into the journey, but I still need you to understand how I got here. I'll be real brief about it because we don't need a drug-a-log. Everybody in here know how to get high. And y'all know I ain't sitting here because I ate too much ice cream. I was an addict that did not know how to stop once I got started. 35 years of using, stabbing myself. 16 years old, going to school, hungover from codeine, so on and so forth. Yes, I'm that addict that'll name it. I'm just not going to glorify it because I need you to be able to identify and let you know that I qualify to be a member of Narcotics Anonymous. I keep telling you, I'm that addict that could not stop. With the greatest of willpower. I just didn't. But that's just my drug use. What I had to find out after I became a member of Narcotics Anonymous, I suffered in another area. Drugs were only the symptom. See, I suffer from a disease called addiction, which involves much more than the use of drugs. She said something, I don't know if you heard her. It's fucked up to be around here clean and still feeling like you still getting high. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. What is addiction, family? Addiction is a sick psychological or pathological disease that causes life-threatening consequences. They got quiet. They got quiet. But you know what, though? I understand in this process and in my journey that my message to everybody, it ain't for everybody. But if I can reach one person, if you are in the sound of my voice, you're in the right place for an addict that's trying to seek recovery. Recovery is an active change of our ideas and our attitudes. That didn't happen overnight. It happened over time. Family, I want to say, I want to thank the program of Narcotics Anonymous for giving me a life that's worth living, because what I knew about living before I became a member of this fellowship, it almost killed me. I wasn't that addict that could hold the woman, the job, the house, none of that. I had clearance sales. Everything must go. Even my woman. And I'll get into that because I live the lifestyle. I come from the streets of Chicago. And everywhere you look where I'm from, you walk out your door, you hear these words: rocks, blows, park. And I had to recover in the same environment I used in. You know why I was able to do it? Because I was through. My last day using was my last day using. I didn't want no more and I acted like it. Y'all don't hear me. So no, I didn't do the geographical thing. And no, I didn't come to Memphis. When I came to Memphis, I had probably 16 or 17 years clean. And I'll tell you how I ended up here in Memphis. I'm talking about my spiritual journey. And you'll probably get it. And I'm quite sure, looking in the faces of the audience, some people can identify with what I went through or what I'm going through right now. But however, I want to thank the old timers for keeping the doors open so an addict like me would have a place to come once I got that sufficient ass whooping. The predecessors of Narcotics Anonymous, they kept the doors open. I want to thank my sponsor for helping me to interpret this literature. And I want to thank y'all, the fellowship, for loving me until I learned how to love myself. Because some of y'all that have been around me probably know you have to take home a cake with a grain of salt. Because I'll go there. But I'm foot stomping happy, family. My recovery is on steroids. Trust me. And it ain't no front. It ain't no mask. It's who I am. But I developed into this individual because where I come from, I'm a leader of a street organization. You can't see it because the stigma has been removed. I come from a lifestyle where my woman was for sale. Had no real concept of what love was. I didn't know how to distinguish love from intimacy. I thought it was the same thing. You like me, let's fuck. I had no concept about a relationship or developing and to get to know you. You know, I'm talking about the healthy process. Oh, y'all might not be ready to hear it. So this is MA. This is not PG. So if you're ready to leave, I'll holler. I ain't scared. This disease we suffer from ain't nothing to play with, partner. And sometimes we need to hear the truth. You know, I'm not trying to tickle your ears or give an elaborate speech. None of that shit. I ain't Dr. D. Du Bois, none of that shit. You know what I mean? However, thank y'all for loving me. Thank y'all for accepting me. I found my place. I found my home in Narcotics Anonymous, and I'm a member everywhere I go. Matter of fact, family, I'm sitting up here right now, man, and it's starting to happen. I want to share something with y'all. I've spoken all over the country. And I was in California, right? And it's happening right now, right? I'm quit drinking this water. I'm on the podium, I'm the speaker. These people done flew me out and all that, man. And I get in the middle of my lead, right? I gotta pee. I'm like, y'all might need to stop the tape or something. I gotta pee, right? I know these people saying this. We don't flew this. That's just some life on life terms, man. When you start to get older, man, that prostate ain't what it used to be. Okay, but I already know some brothers in here can identify. And you know what Mom and them used to say? Keep living. Keep living. See, some of us stay around here long enough to grow old in recovery.
That's right.
Trust me. Girl, I had no idea you had 39 years. I like that. Yeah. Yeah, that lets you know. That's the evidence that this program works. It works if you work it. That's right. If you work it. See, this thing here, right here, you can't mimic this shit. You can't parakeet it and get it. None of that. Until you surrender, you know what the literature says? See, I'm a product of the literature. Okay? It says, when the addict put the dope down, he hear me, put the dope down and work the program, wonderful things happen. Lost dreams awaken. New possibilities arise. What you need to understand, our message is hope, and the promise is freedom. But the question that I'll pose to anyone is, how free do you really want to be? You know, because you know now, us as addicts, once we get our life back, you know, we get the husband, the job, the house, you know, then the government get our kids back. Be careful what you pray for.
I swear.
Because you just, listen, because you just might get it. And then when you get it, you have to pray for its removal. You know what I'm talking about. That crazy motherfucker come in the house and throw the plate up and I don't want that. Yeah, we done been in some of them toxic ass relationships, man. Yeah. Because we're social creatures, you know. And I actually, ladies be telling me now, man, I guess I don't got old or some shit, but they be telling me they practicing celibacy. I'm saying, what that mean? What, you sell a little bit and give a little bit away? What the, you keep a little sell? What that mean, you know? But that comes from a lot of, that comes from a lot of pain. A lot of pain. And what happens is, man, if you're not really incorporating the third step in your life, you're still trying to assume some control. You're still trying to manage your own life, so you ain't let go and let God. I don't think no human being should ever be alone. But we want to be in a relationship that's healthy. I'll get into that too, because in recovery, with clean time, I made the decision to get married. My sponsor clearly told me, oh, Ma, I had 3-4 years clean, trying to people please. Not only her, but my parents. Because I had been absent in their lives for so long. I told you, I'm a product of the streets. You know, I listened to a lot of y'all down here in the South. I didn't have, or I had the luxury, but I didn't take it. Y'all educated and shit, you know, creating a motherfucker, but educated and shit. Y'all missed that, didn't they? It's a bunch of mean-ass people. But anyway, that's my shit, you know what I mean? I've met some good people, but anyway, he's a homo, hey man, he knew both of us. You know, and, he said, man, work a fourth step, man, before you get married, man. What the fuck is you talking about, man? Tell me what the fuck to do. I know what I'm doing. It was a disaster. But understand something. I said, where he told me to work a fourth step. And I'm quite sure it's probably somebody in here not even curious why. and that's the question. Why would he need to work a fourth? Because I didn't know who I was. See, I just told y'all a minute ago the same man or woman we'll use again. Remember, now I had no concept of love and commitment. So I got married and got me a woman. I had my wife, I had my side chick. It was a disaster. And then, you understand me, she had her issues. I'm going to move on from that, but let me share something with you. Like right now, I'm talking about, I like to break stuff down because it tells us in the literature, right? It says, when we share our stuff, it says, before we close, try to share the solution. See, I could sit up here and share all day long and tell you all this elaborate shit, but see, we want to talk to somebody that has faced our dilemma and found a way out. Share your ass off. You can't talk your way through this shit right here, because the proof gonna show in the way you live. Trust me. This disease will tell on your ass if you're working on anything. I'm telling you. Now, like she said, no, I don't know everything, but I ain't finna do that to me. I know some shit. Why? 63 years of life and 21 years of recovery. And see, when I came in here, I hit the road running. When the rubber met the road, I got busy. Why? Because I had an experience with relapse with 5 years. Why? Because I didn't know what y'all were talking about. I said, if the drugs don't kill me, the lifestyle will. I got clean. I said, well, shit, I ain't never pimped clean. I know it might change some of y'all opinion of who Homer K is, but this is my story. I told you I come from the streets of Chicago. I didn't see fraternities and shit like that. I saw disciples and vice lords. And somehow I got involved in that. But I've never been a bully kind of guy, you know, and was the leader of the Pee-wees. I saw a guy pull up one day in a 73 Fleetwood Brougham. Dark skin, like me. He wasn't light skin. Because see, back then, light skin was in. You know what I mean? No, for real. He was dark skinned like me with 3 pretty women. I said, shit, I could do that. And I did. But in the process of doing that, I lost the love of my mother and my father. You don't hear me. I better hurry up because I need y'all to hear some things, right? I'm just trying to give you a bleak idea of Homer K. and his DNA, how he's wired or whatever, right? I don't want to get to jumping all over the place because I will, you know, unless you say, you know. But what I try to do, I write down some notes and things like that. You know, I was listening to Jimmy K. Y'all know who Jimmy K is. I know these old timers do. Yeah, he said, this is Jimmy K. He was giving a lead, and you know what he said? He said, the hardest thing for an addict to do is to keep it simple.
I know, right?
Because we like to look good, sound good, and play like we good. But anyway, come in this motherfucker acting all spiritual and shit. Knock it off. We addicts, and we substance change on a moment's notice. And because we are human, not just because we're addicts, we wander off course. But when you got some recovery and you're able to recognize it, you know how to get back on course without getting high. Boy, I don't give a fuck what they talking about, man. Say ain't no problem like a drug problem, man. So if y'all don't think clean time important, wake up without it. Yeah. Wake up without it. Fucked up. But anyway, spiritual journey is my topic. I told y'all a little bit. I said a little something to y'all about my lifestyle and so on and so forth. You know, I'm not going to dwell on that. Okay. But however, I told y'all I got married. Now remember, from my lifestyle and me doing what I did with women and so on and so forth, and I did that for 35 years. All over the country, and out the country twice. I wasn't in the service. I ain't got no VA shit. You know what I'm saying? I was in the game. I took a vow that almost killed me. I said I was gonna pimp or die, and I almost did, bro. Yeah, some of y'all probably can't even identify. And I understand that. And I got an 8th step that I had to ask y'all to, sisters. Yeah, I had to make an amends. Some of them that I could never make amends because they're not here. So what was the best amends for me to do, my brother? Was to change. But I'm going to show you how good my God is. He'll take a curse and turn it into a blessing. So this journey, see, from the moment I surrendered to getting high, the journey begins. The spiritual journey, because I'd already accepted the fact that I was an addict and I couldn't stop. So I called on something. I heard people talking about the 13th step. Understand this, family. It was a 13th step, which y'all don't know. Learn the history of Narcotics Anonymous. They removed the 13th step and made it 12. Why? The 13th step was merely, God help me. Now you know. That comes from the experienced members that do the work. That ain't parakeeting. I heard something slick in the meeting, so I go across town to another meeting and I say it. Get your own experience. Because you can't recover off of me. Fuck around and get high. Okay? However, first thing was in the spiritual journey, I stopped using. I made meetings on a regular basis because I was scared. I'm finna get into the journey. It was so much other shit I wanted to share, man. But you know, seriously, it happens, man, when the spirit moves. My higher power said, now you ain't saying that shit. I surrendered to the drugs, man, and I joined the fellowship in the program of Narcotics Anonymous in the year 2000 of August 9th. I got off the psych ward. Yeah. Why? Then he goes to the sidewalk. Well, see, what happened was, man, I didn't have no insurance, none of that, and I had some sisters. I'm talking about, remember now, what kind of guy I was. But I did some good things along the way. And they liked me, because I wasn't no bad guy. No, I wasn't going around busting no women in there. A lot of this, you see, a lot of, especially us, man, we like to play the victim. But some of y'all volunteers. Yeah. It's easy to play the victim. Oh, she pulled me. Yeah, pull me and tell you, pull your ass a drink. They told me if you don't work a fourth, you'll drink a fifth. Keep coming. More will be revealed. But it takes great courage to be honest. I didn't say tell the truth. Why is honesty so important? Because it's the antidote to my diseased thinking. See, it was time for me to reveal myself not only to my group, but to the fellowship. You don't hear me. And I'm not ashamed. I'm going to read something before I continue. This is from my step work, right? Let me see, can I find it? This is something I wrote. As a matter of fact, and the reason I do that because it's called the 5 P's, family. Do anybody know what the 5 P's is? Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Mama said, boy, it's better to be ready than to have to get ready. You don't hear me?
I was thinking about Viagra.
Keep coming. Huh?
Said I was thinking about Viagra.
I left mine in the car. I didn't want to do no bullshit, man. Because if I took that motherfucker, man, I'd be turned into a predator around this motherfucker. Hey, how you there? What room you in? Yeah, I have to watch my behavior. You know why? Because y'all watching. You good sharing motherfucker. And here you go. Them newcomers looking, man. And for whatever it's worth, I attract. Why do I attract? Because I'm loving and caring, and it's organic. And they know it. Them newcomers know when you're full of bullshit. Trust me. And them old timers ain't gonna fuck with you. All right, keep coming. Keep coming. They ain't gonna fuck with you. But check this out. When I was talking about that, right? I said I've never been ashamed of my scars. This is why I share my truth with you now. I'm not ashamed of it. I've never been ashamed of my scars. I carry them with pride. They are proof that I survived whatever was trying to destroy me. I make no apologies for outgrowing my old self. Okay, my old self. Outgrowing my old self looks, oh yeah, yes. Growth and recovery looks different on everyone. Did you get it? All right. Y'all too goddamn quiet. Sound like a goddamn trap house and everybody done ran out. Yeah, man. I know some of us remember them days. Oh, before I continue, family, I want to take a few seconds, and I'd like everyone to join me in a moment of silence for my friend, Carrie T. KT, as I call him. Some of us know him. He just lost his dad. Actually, he was supposed to be the speaker yesterday, but he could not make it. He's in Indiana, in Fort Wayne. And let's take a moment of silence for him and his family. Thank you. All righty. They say I have changed. I say a lot has changed me. I've changed in 21 years, family. It was a process. You know, I found out after this process, man, that I could no longer hold on to outdated survival skills. I had to let go. So I haven't been a predator, so to speak, in 21 years. This is part of my story. And I'm going to do this real briefly. I'm going to try to go through all of it. In the beginning, I was down to one lady. She went to prison. Gave me that reprieve because she was my enabler, my source of income, right? So what happened was she went to prison and gave me a chance. And this is how I ended up on the psych ward. It was a lady that owned a recovery home for women. Heard about my dilemma. Because it was a dilemma. You know what a dilemma is, right? That's when you got two things. You got something good to do or something bad, and you don't know which decision to make. I just wanted to be relieved of the pain of withdrawal. Had no idea that I was going to end up sitting in the front of y'all in Memphis, Tennessee, December 27th, 2021. This was not my plan. However, she heard, and my lady in the prison, she down in the Dwight Penitentiary. That's the women's female prison in Illinois. And so they put me, I'm thinking I'm going to treatment, babe, right? So I go to this hospital. You know, he's sitting on this side, I'm sitting on, and you know, he's like, you want to harm yourself? Mm-mm. You want to harm somebody? No, he said, you want to harm somebody? I said, so you want to harm yourself? I made the biggest goddamn mistake in the world. I fucked around and told them people, yeah. You don't hear me? Yeah, be careful what you say.
Right.
So by this time, I done filled out the papers, and I look around me, there's two big old motherfuckers standing on the side of me, right, with these white jackets and shit. I had never experienced no shit like, I just needed the pain to be relieved of the pain of withdrawal, bro. I needed methadone. Because see, if I'd have went through a heroin withdrawal at that time, if you didn't know, a heroin withdrawal could actually kill you. Okay? So anyway, so we said, well, going upstairs, we're going to medicate you. Right? So we walked to the elevator. He got this big ass key out to unlock the elevator. I'm like, the fuck? I ain't never been on an elevator where you need a key. Seriously, this is real talk. I'm talking about true story. And so we get on the elevator. I'm like, hey man, what's going on, man? He said, man, you don't know what you did. I said, what the fuck you mean? What I did? He said, man, you on your way to the psych ward, man, huh? And then I said the craziest shit in the world. What most addicts say. I ain't crazy. Here's a motherfucker been using 35 years, in and out of jail, breaking mama and them hard. They talking about go to your parents' house, man, and they tell you when they let you in, stomp your feet and clap your hands the whole time you in here. They don't even get it. Because you can't put shit in your hands when you clapping them. We need to know where you at in this house at all times. That's fucked up, man. However, so let me get brief because I know I might be running out of time and there's a lot I do would like to share. But check this piece out. So anyway, get on the elevator. So I'm talking crazy. The motherfucking dude said, hey man, listen. He said, man, don't do that. Don't get your ass up on that floor talking this crazy ass shit here. They're going to hit you with some shit. I'm like, what do you mean? Some Thorazine. So I got home. A couple of days go by. I calmed down. They medicated me, man, and I had what you call a moment of clarity. It's called periodic jolts of reality. I'm tired of this shit. So I surrendered. Stayed up there 14 days. Legs shaky as a wet noodle when it come time to check out, because I didn't know what I was going to do. I wanted to stop. I just didn't know how. You don't hear me? You can't do this by yourself. Why? They say an addict alone is in bad company. Why? Because you listening to the last motherfucker you got high with. And I ain't never been able to talk me out of not getting out once I'm locked and loaded. Put that here. We're talking about the compulsion and the obsession. Once I'm locked and loaded, it's almost impossible to stop me. I don't know about you. That's why I put a lot of stuff in the front of my recovery. What I'm talking about are sponsors, steps, the network, my network. Huh? That's why I help newcomers. That's why I do service work. 21 years later, I'm still doing what I did when I first got here. My recovery on fire. Right here in Memphis. I know motherfuckers be talking about, man, why they always talking about what Homer K doing in it? Because that's what I do. This thing saved my life. Trust me. Anyway, I get out, go home to my mama's house, man, and this was the thing, right? I'm talking about honesty is the antidote to our diseased thinking. And we're talking about the 3 indispensables, and I know you should know what the 3 indispensables are. It's the how of the program, family. Honesty, open-minded, and willing. I finally got honest and told my parents, my mama, my sweet mama, I'm a dope fiend. She said, shit, I've been there. I just needed you to be honest about it. I got to go fast, y'all, because I want to give up all of it. So, however, right, and this was how can I say, it's like the crossroads or whatever, that moment. What happened was, in that situation, they had never been involved, not only in my life, but definitely not my recovery. Because first of all, mama and them don't even understand why we do that shit. They didn't do it. Well, some of them. Today, shit, they sitting down, they smoking blunts and shit together now, so, you know, times are different. Well, my mama didn't. Anyway, I looked up there in the street that destroyed so many lives. It's called Cicero. Well, y'all have no idea. Sometimes when I think back, man, and I look into the rearview mirror on my life, man, I could cry. The shit I've experienced and survived. You have no clue. No clue. However, we were sitting on the porch, right? It's still a little warm outside. We were sitting on the porch, and I looked at Cicero. She's calling me, man. 14 days out of not using. So I said, Mom, I'm going to walk up on Cicero for a minute. I'm going to walk down to Madison. She knew. She said, and this would touch my heart. She said, no, baby. My mom don't talk to me like that. Seriously. They wasn't them huggy, typey people. You know what I mean? I didn't have that. So anyway, she said, no, baby, come on. Let's go now. Come help mama clean up. I surrendered. Because I remember the time, Mom, I'll be right back. Come on now, I'll be right back. Because I'm ready to use. So I told myself that I was going to go up on Cicero, holler at the homies and shit. And before I got them motherfuckers clean, they was going to get me out. Mm-hmm. And I won't let them. Every time. That's all I wanted. Motherfuckers, hey, man, I got to blow, man. Come on, you want a bump? Fuck it. And that's called the dope fiend anthem. Mm-hmm. Fuck it. However, I went in the house, time went on, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to move forward. Now, let me fast forward for you. Now I'm clean. I got a few years clean. I got me a sponsor. We all grew up together, my wife, my sponsor, and all this. We all came from Cicero. You know what I'm saying? I remember a time I wouldn't even fuck with her, but I'm talking about the same man a woman will use again. See, I had hidden motives. You know, I'm still operating out of that player mind. She had a little something, and I ain't had shit. So I'm looking for a softer, easy way out. Ain't now. Ain't now. Ain't no shortcuts to this thing. So if you're trying to go from 1 to 8 and all that kind of shit, skipping over some shit, says if you go over the second step with a minimum concern, ain't none of the rest of them gonna work. You just round here abstinent. That's it. Recovery is something else. I appreciate all your clean time. I appreciate it, but how much of that shit is recovery? See, I got 21 years and 18 years of recovery. You don't hear me. They missed it. They missed it. 21 years of abstinence, but 18 years of recovery. Because I was doing my thing. Thank God I survived it. I got to close in a little bit, y'all. Y'all still ready for me to share? All right. So anyway, we all came from the name, same blah, 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 you know, so, you know, she asked me to marry her, you know, saying she had been, you know, enabling me. You know, I'm new in recovery. Shit, when I came around, man, motherfucker was wearing Walker wear and all that shit. This is how outdated I was. I was still thinking motherfucker was wearing Joy Dash. Do y'all know how long Joy Dash been? Seriously, because see, I walked into the crack house in the shooting gallery, man, and I was, what, about 1979, and I didn't come out till 2000. The whole world had changed. Fuck, I care about some clothes. This is why y'all see Homer K dressed to the nine round here. I keep telling y'all. Drugs had the ability to change me into somebody I didn't want to be. A bum. It's hard work being a bum. That's hard work. But anyway, she asked me to marry her. And out of some sense of guilt, whatever, it's called unaddressed issues, untreated disease of addiction. I want to read that. I can give you something. Right? Check this out. Untreated disease of addiction. That's a hell of a word, ain't it, man? Untreated. That shit dangerous, man. If somebody want to read right here about that. What did I do with it? I knew that would happen, right? When I went, oh, no, this ain't it. I knew that when I want to go right to it so I can give it to you. Oh, here it is. Untreated disease of addiction. Check this piece out. It says, we repair. No, we repeat what's not repaired. That's that insanity piece in the second step. I got to close it?
No.
Oh, okay. But however, check it out. She asked me to marry her, and I said, listen, man, I could be in love with you for the next 20 years. We don't really need to be married, you know what I mean? But did not have the ability or the courage, because I had no third step. Didn't have the courage to say, hey, man, I ain't ready to do this. I'm talking about I done put the cart before the horse. I done bought a house with this woman, all kind of shit, and we ain't married. Y'all don't hear me. Because whether you want to, someone else in here that has wives, even if we separated or divorced from them motherfuckers, we know a marriage is a business contract, partner.
I lost my shit.
Okay. I wish we was in the state of California because I could get alimony from your ass.
My husband got a lot.
See?
Trust me.
I'm telling you, marriage is a business contract. But however, I got to hurry up, y'all. This is my journey. In recovery, I don't need to tell y'all about getting, now every motherfucker in here know how to get high. Everybody in here know how to fuck up. I'm sorry, my vernacular. I'm going to use in my vernacular some colloquialism. Oh, yeah. Oh, y'all didn't know I had a vocabulary? I just don't choose to use it because I need to reach that addict that's suffering. And he need to hit, motherfucker, sit your ass down and be quiet. Yep. You don't know shit. If we want to know how to get high, we'll ask your ass. Yeah. Let us tell you how to recover. You in and out of this motherfucker like a revolving door. Sit your ass down. That's how they did me. Hardcore recovery, partner. But I'm dead and gone now. So if it seems as if I know more than you, it's only because I've stood on the shoulders of giants. You don't hear me. I'm talking about those people that had faith in me and want to help me in my recovery. And I let them. Because I was tired. I was tired of faking like I'm recovering. It takes a lot more than just to go to the meeting and sitting in this chair shit. I'm talking about recovery. That's just showing up. Some of y'all asses been around here for I don't know how long, won't even do no service work. Some motherfuckers been around here so long, still putting $1 in the 7th tradition. Talking about I own a farm and pigs and shit. And put $1 in the 7th tradition. Where your gratitude? See, our gratitude speaks when we care and share the NA way. I don't give a fuck what y'all do with it. Y'all can steal all of it. I did what I was supposed to do. I'm giving back to what was so freely given to me. What would we be if the doors wasn't open? The light bill wasn't paid. The coffee wasn't bought. Well, we can't smoke in the rooms no more. I hate that shit. This motherfucker be smoking the motherfucker right now. Yeah, but anyway, let me go on. Okay, I'm just trying to break some of the monotony because I can throw some shit out there, man. Yeah. But if I step on your toes, I meant to. I'll ball them up like an Indian chief. I ain't scared. Yeah. And sometimes, man, we'll what is that thing? You know, we try to say what you want, so y'all could be my friend. If you can't, what that movie say? You want to hear the truth? You can't handle the truth. I was some bullshit now, right? But anyway, so I married her.
Damn.
I married her. She's a good woman. She didn't deserve me. Not the man that I gave her. And she took my bullshit because she knew who I was. She was my square girl years ago. You understand exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. It's a few of them that do. But I had to leave her because I didn't want to draw it into my lifestyle. However, moving forward, let me hurry up, man. It's so much more I need to share. I would like to. Check it out. Things went on, the house, we got the house, man. Now remember I told y'all how I was living, right? Now I'm finna move on into something else. I'm talking about how God take a curse and turn it into a blessing. See, I'm working recovery now. I'm surrendering. I'm working a third step. I got a God of my understanding. I done did the fourth. I done did my fifth. I done did an eighth. And I'll do my 10th on a daily basis. I'm checking in with my higher power, my God. I'm checking in with me. Whoever harmed? Nobody. Drop your $5 on the floor. I don't put my foot on it no more and help you look for it. I would. Right. I hear you caught the lottery. I don't go get my gun no more and try to find out where you live. But anyway, that rocked on for 15 years, family. Till I finally surrendered. And this is part of the reason now I'm in. No, not the. I didn't leave her. I left her because I was tired of being me in it. The only thing wrong with my marriage, family, I was in it.
Wow.
Clean. A lot of us ain't gonna tell that story, is it? We want to talk about the shit we did in our addiction. What's the shit you did clean? But see, you can't get better if you don't get worse. You got to know and be honest about it, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to reveal all the intricate details of shit, you know what I'm saying? But I made a vow that I would never put my hands on another woman, and I ain't put my hands on another woman in 21 years, and if y'all don't clap, I'm going to be offended. Why? Because I'm clean in that area. And I ain't the only motherfucker sitting in here, boy, that put their hands on a woman. Trust me. They just ain't going to talk about it. Probably still going on. You know how we can come to a meeting, family, and hug every motherfucker in the meeting, go home and get your motherfucker, get your ass. So put the kids in the room and shit. Hug every motherfucker in the meeting. Won't even hug our woman or a man. Sick shit. But we ain't gonna talk about that because we want everybody to like us. So we get married, blah, blah. Nah. Here's the blessing. Here's the blessing. In that process, because I was making an amends, because not only did I harm them women, but I also harmed the children that were connected to them women. You don't hear me. You don't hear me. I was harming the children that were connected to them women, right? So right now, what I did was, her sister got out of prison. I'm giving you some shit now. I'm talking about some deep shit. Can you handle it? Check this out. So her sister just get out of prison. She get, you know, thing hot. She get hit, get pregnant. We had a Christmas party and shit at the family and all that shit. You know, I'm doing the family thing, faking it till I make it. I really want to be the fuck out of here, man. I want to go with my girl out. Y'all don't hear me, man. So, however, she said, brother, I'm pregnant. I said, girl, get the fuck out of here, you old ass. You know what I mean? For real. She said, brother, I'm serious. She said, I think I'm going to kill it. I said, whoa. Spirit of God. I said, no, baby, don't do that. I'll take the baby. I say, here's what I need you to do. Says, if you don't use, because she like to get high, all of us did. if you don't get high, I'll take care of you through your whole pregnancy, and I'll take this baby. Today, my son is 15 years old, and his name is Solomon K. You don't hear me? I'm the only father he know. When he was born, the nuns handed him to me. What a wonderful feeling. Only thing I missed was just having the fun making them, but you know what I mean? Moving forward, that's another experience. Now, in this experience, there's an organization located in Chicago, Illinois. I can't name it. Some of us may know it. But we're involved in sex trafficking. Another amends. This is my spiritual journey. I done spoke all over the country and out of the country. I'm talking about a dope fiend addict motherfucker with no education like me. You don't hear me? Tell me what God can't do. Ain't but one thing God can't do. What that is? Fail. He'll make a crooked line straight. You looking at the evidence, in spite of what you may think, or even what you may see, because sometimes I be pimped up around this motherfucker, baby. But I like that. You like gym shoes, I like gators. What that mean? Because I like to look nice, I'm not recovering? Well, I can say the same for you. You do what you do. When I first came to Memphis, Tennessee, I walked into a meeting over on Galloway, man. I was so fucked up. I'm like, I'm in the wrong joint. These people ain't fucked up like me. Because I was looking at the differences, bro, not the similarity. They was in there talking about pigs. I lost my pig. Huh? I swear. Another experience, I'm going to go on with this. I'm talking about some spirituals. This is for me. Remember where I tell you I come from, man. Huh? I'm riding down in Mississippi late one night down one of them little dark-ass roads, right? And my eyes are not adjusted to that. I'm just not starting to get it. I'm used to the bright lights, man. For real. Shit, we need them around now. Okay. Well, Memphis done got crazy, no motherfucker, too now. We don't even get into that. It's all over the world. You can't escape it. Just like you can't escape this disease. Everywhere you take the disease. Run if you wanna. But anyway, you're only taking your disease somewhere else. And it says some of us come around the fellowship still using people to continue our habit. Still practicing that behavior. However, but anyway, man, I'm riding down this dark-ass road, right, and I see this bunch of things. I thought it was a bunch of dogs, right? I'm used to that. But I said, God damn, them some big-ass dogs, right? Bunch of goddamn deers. I had never experienced that. Do y'all understand what I'm telling you? Oh, yeah. I'd never experienced it. It's probably common for a lot of y'all. You see a motherfucking deer where I come from, partner, his ass gonna be on the grill. They think I'm bullshit. No. So anyway, man, this motherfucker, man, I got past a bunch of them, and one of them decided he made a decision. And put his motherfucking head down and ran into my brand new truck. I had it about 2 weeks, man. And it's still a little dent in there, right? And I'm like, I rode for about 5. I wasn't gonna stop. I rode for about 5. I'm serious. I rode for about 5 because I wasn't used to that. I know how to deal with you. You don't hear me? I know how to deal with you. But that kind of shit is foreign to me. If I get out, I'm thinking a deer might eat me. I don't know. I'm not playing, family. I don't know nothing about it. This southern life is just something. I like it now. But anyway, so I rode about 5 miles, man. I just know my truck is destroyed, right? Because I be hearing y'all, boy, them deer, you hit a deer, your truck gonna be fucked up and all that. So I just know my car fucked up, right? So it was a little bitty dent. I never got it snatched out as a symbol of what I experienced. Mm-hmm. That was one of my, that's an experience here in Memphis. Moving forward, and I'm gonna get ready to close, family. It was so much more I want to say, and I probably will. Check it out. Oh yeah, in closing. No, not in closing, but this is something I want to say. No, I'm not gonna close, but I'm finna close, but it's something I want to say. Check this out. So anyway, we got married, blah, blah, skibby, blah, 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 blah. I got my son, and my girl went to prison. I got some help, you know what I'm saying? And I surrendered. And I've been surrendering ever since. Family, let me share something with y'all. April, one step. Please hear me. Please hear me. April, one step you actually need to make work perfectly. Do you know? I didn't ask you shit. You look like you know. Hell. Step one. You can't never disrespect the first step, partner. You got to remain powerless, or your life will become unmanageable. And we're not just talking about drugs now, okay? So much more I want to share. However, I'm coming to the close. That's just part of my journey. It has been spiritual in nature. And I'm in one with nature, like the trees and man is symbiotic to one another. Homer and recovery is symbiotic to one another. I can't survive without it. But now the difference between that is that the tree gives off oxygen, man gives off carbon dioxide, but they can't exist without one another. Stop, Homer. However, Memphis, Tennessee, Chicago, Illinois, the year 2000. My parents are elderly. They wanted to come home to transition. Don't feel like. See, my brother was killed 20 years ago as a direct result of not surrendering to the program. Was beat to death. Died in the horrors of his addiction. My brother was a murderer, killer, a real one. He died the way he lived. So I didn't really have no, I'm talking about 9 months into recovery, hit a hit. I didn't get high. I knew I was ready then. I'm my big brother. When they pulled that drawer out at the morgue and I had to identify him, my name was Fancy, his was Frosty. And I looked at my brother and said, Frosty, what you did, man? Because I knew he did something fucked up. Obviously, right? However, moving on from that, coming forward, my parents sold the family home in the year 2000. They want to come south, but they're actually from Clarksdale, Mississippi. So, you know what I'm saying? Some family was here in Memphis, Tennessee, you know, talking about, yeah, come on down here. We're going to help take care of you. I mean, when they found out they wasn't getting nothing in the inheritance, that I'm the only child. But remember, now they knew that the relationship that I had with my parents was a little bit because of the weather. Because, you know, sometimes people never really accept you being clean. They watch your ass for years. They don't believe it. He going to go back. That motherfucker going to... Ain't no such thing as a slip. No motherfucker tell you, I slipped. Get the fuck out of here. You made a conscious decision to use. Yeah. However, the disease of addiction don't need no excuse. And I ain't giving them none. Check it out. I got to hurry up. There's so much I share with you. However, this is probably not the platform right now to give you all of it. So I'll just give you a little bit of what I have. We sold the family home, and I had just had a heart attack. Congested heart failure. I'm in the hospital, but all the things was in my name, like the trucks and all that. So my dad, he tripping out. Check yourself out. So I did that. We come to Memphis. My mother was 83. My daddy's 87. Here's the deal, y'all. I'm closing out now. She had Parkinson's and dementia. You understand? She fell all the time. Anybody understand that disease? You understand? So here's what's going on. I'm talking about, see, what y'all don't understand. I'm trying to tell you about my journey. See, in the beginning, it was about me. It was about me getting clean, but my higher power, my God and my understanding, he had a plan. He had a proper plan of procedure, right? You stay this course, trust the process. And you're going to even be able to make a living amends to them because he gave me an assignment. What was that assignment? That assignment was that these people that I robbed, hurt, and all that shit, I got an opportunity to take care of them. By myself, because see, once the family found out wasn't no money coming their way, you know what they did? Disappeared. In Memphis, Tennessee, we don't know nobody. All I had was the fellowship. And for 1 year, I didn't even know y'all was here. I sat on the porch, smoked cigarettes, and count cars. I was in a dangerous place, boy, because I was looking at Crown Royal and shit. You don't hear me? And I don't know about some divine intervention. I found the meeting. It was on Galloway. That's what they were talking about, them chickens and pigs and shit. So I was looking at the differences and not the similarities, and I disqualified myself, and I stayed gone another 3-4 months. And I went back one day and I met that brother Kerry T, and I heard him share. I said, yeah, that's the kind of shit I like right there. That gut lover shit. So I knew he wasn't from here. I'm not trying to say nothing bad, y'all.
You just did.
Shit, hey. Shut up, home. Quit while you're here. Anyway, we clicked and he showed me around how now mama now. Back to mama now. I'm talking about, and I'm a close. Now, 4 years I've been here, man, and I've been taking care of them 7. So here's what's happened. So I left wife, children, everything. My son comes down every summer, how I'm moving forward. I'm talking about, and I have some place for him to come. I'm talking about with this higher power and this program and me being in cooperation with the program and my higher power. I've been able to purchase a few properties since I've been here. How do I do it? I have no fucking idea. I'm self-employed. Now listen, if you're an entrepreneur, I commend you, because what would the world be if we didn't have our entrepreneurs? I just choose not to work for you. What would we be? We wouldn't even have light. You must have vision. See, I saw me with one day clean and 21 years later. However, I'm going to move on. So now, mama getting sicker and sicker. Daddy getting sicker and sicker. He's got glaucoma, blind, prosthetic, handicap, with heart conditions. And I'm watching them decay. Talking about an experience, partner. These were some people that's been healthy in my life all my life. And I'm like, what the fuck? But God ain't gonna put no more on you than you can handle. But you got to have a program or your ass gonna get high. Life gonna show up without your permission. Some shit gonna happen. But understand something, I ain't finna hit you with the glory shit about something gotta be bad. There's some good shit can happen around here and your ass will get high. You don't hear me? What the literature says the good times can be a trap too. Will paint you into a corner where you might not come out clean. Fuck around right now, your ass ain't got enough recovery and catch the lottery for 50,000. We ain't gonna see your ass. You gonna be riding in your new truck and shit with the gun in the back, with horns on. I'm sorry. I'm on bullshit. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Stop. Because I'm going to have the diamond in the back with the dig in the seat. I'm going to get the Cadillac and all that bullshit. You know what we do. You know, I'm a black man. You know what I mean? That's a black man's dream, to own a brand new motherfucking Cadillac, man. That's why I bought a truck. Y'all don't hear me? They don't hear me. Because I wanted to do something different. Check this out. Man, I want so much I want to share, man. So remember this, right? Say if you want to do something different, you got to do something different, because old keys won't unlock new doors. They don't hear me. Anyway, check it out now. Mama and them, I got to do this here, right? So mama now, oh, she's getting worse, man. My mama falling, busting her head, all kind. And I can't get high. I want to get high, y'all. I want to get high. Fuck what you talking about. But I didn't. Why? Because I played the tape out. I played the tape out. See, if I get high, all bets are off, partner. They're going to be fucked up. And me too. And they got a whole lot of shit I could steal. They was my first victims. I don't know about y'all. However, so in closing, man, mama finally checked out, man. Mama finally checked out June 9th of this year. One of the most spiritual experiences I've ever experienced in my life. And trust me, believe me, I've saw a lot of people die at my feet. And I ain't talking about from natural death. I'm talking about bullet holes in the head, all kind of shit. Y'all have not a fucking clue. I know. Here I go. I'm going to do it. I just take my time. I'm on fire. So look. The most spiritual experience I experienced in that was that she watched me take my first breath, and I watched her take her last. And I didn't collapse. I said, rest well, love, job well done, and buried my mama. My dad's going down, 66 years with this woman, man. Never been apart. He all over the place. And I still got to deal with that and not get high. So that's part of my spiritual journey. Family, there was so much more I wanted to say. Of course, you know, saying it's always not enough time. I just want y'all to get to know who Homer K is. I know I've lost a few people or whatever, but I bet you they left here with something. So anyway, my name is Homer K. I'm Martha and James' baby boy. My name is Homer K. It has been a pleasantly pleasure for y'all to allow me to share with you. Now I've emptied my cup so that God may fill it up. And I want to truly thank y'all for letting me share. All right. We're going to hurry up and do this here because I got to go to the bathroom.
All right, so let's just thank them one more time. Terry, Homer.
I didn't really want to
Okay, Jackie Addict. So I have asked someone to read We Do Recover.
I'm Carl and I'm an addict.
Hey, Carl.
We do recover. When at the end of the road we find that we can no longer function as human beings, either with or without drugs, we all face the same dilemma.
What is there left to do, Carl?
There seems to be this alternative. Either
Thank
go
God.
as best we can to the bitter ends, jails, institutions, or death, or find a new way to live. In years gone by, very few addicts ever had this last choice. Those who are addicted today are more fortunate. For the first time in man's entire history, a simple way has been proven itself in the lives of many addicts. It is available to us all. This is a simple, spiritual, not religious program known as Narcotics Anonymous.
Thank you, Carl. All right, so we can, let's just have another moment of silence and then we'll close with the wee version of the third step prayer. Prayer.
God.
Many of us have said,
Guide us in our recovery and show us what to fucking say.
just for today. So now it's like an hour of whatever you want to do because the workshops start back at 1:30. Okay, 45 minutes. Somerville.
I looked all over the place for me too.
Okay, I'll do yours. I'll do yours.
Help me find you.
From the west side. I know she's from the west side. Always this wrong, man?
Yeah, I'm supposed to
Check the autograph.
Oh, shit. Get out of here.
When you said Madison, I thought you were talking about Madison, Wisconsin.
No.
We're going to meeting for the convention.
What's today? The 27th?
Yeah, 27.
Long time no see.
I know, strange.
Right?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Doing good.
So it's a heck of an experience, bro. It is. If you don't have your feet up under you, might not be able to survive.
Let's see.
Some shit gonna happen.
That's why I was trying to open the doors and it was loud out there and
Yeah, it's not a. We've worked on trying to get these cooled down, but I mean they're set on like 50. They're just, oh, thank you. Thank you.
you going back?
No. We're going until like 3:30, so we'll be around.
JJ, this is Ashby. This is JJ. I was telling him yesterday, I was like, he's in drug too. He graduates next month. So.
Carletta? Yeah, she's cool. Carletta's cool.
She got our best.
JJ.
She got our best interest in her. I feel like.
Yeah. She's probably the coolest one, man, for real. I done had a couple of them. She's by far the coolest. Some of them are tough as hell,
Yeah,
like
man.
roll offs.
Brian is
Hey, how are you?
making sometimes.
All right, I need to go to the bathroom. Let's grab a bite, like all that fun
Man,
stuff.
nice to meet y'all.
Yeah,
Man.
nice to meet you.
729 of 85.
It's something about you guys.
What you got?
Did you get your phone?
You gotta wait.
I got my phone.
You gotta wait.
I'm sorry.
You gotta wait. Bring it out. And not talk about you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And not talking about the recent years.
President,
Hey,
I'm glad that you
the
talked
shit
more
we did-
recovery than you talked.
The shit we did messed
Because I know how to
with
smoke rock, and I know how to hook that shit up.
773-398-1093.
Cool beans. I want to take a picture.
Yes, sir.
Good. I'm not gonna get much of your clothes, so
I'm
don't be
not worried about
afraid.
the clothes.
And I don't know anything about Cicero, but
I'm
I know
sorry.
about.
No,
San
sir.
Pedro. I know about San Pedro.
Ain't there a pen in
It's almost the
Cicero?
same.
I'm sorry.
A pen in
A
Cicero?
pen? What do you mean?
State pen?
Oh, no, not in Cicero. In
Yeah,
Illinois.
Cicero, the street.
The accent got you,
Yeah,
did
it did. It's in Illinois. You have Stateville, Pontiac.
Yeah.
You know, those are the big.
Well, there
prisons.
was,
Like down in Mississippi, it's partial.
yeah.
And I dropped a friend off right at Cicero at 55. I drive truck,
That's the south side.
so.
Yeah, I know you're talking
I know
about.
that neighborhood.
Now, understand something. There's the street Cicero, and it's a little township called Cicero, which is on Cicero.
Oh, okay.
That's where Al Capone and all of them used to be.
Oh, okay.
It's in Cicero, but it goes Cicero go all the way.